Geminis, so this is going to be a general reading. As always, take what resonates and leave out what doesn't. Of course, there's no gender in tarot, and always feel free to switch or place the energies where you feel they need to be. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements in Gemini, but any other placement in Gemini that is significant to you. This could resonate, or there could be a message in here for you, okay? I'm getting even if it's one message. Okay, so I don't know what that means, but yeah. So it says, today I am focused. Today I will be productive and feel good about doing the hard work that I need to do. And then I got the King of Cups for that card. So, also ignore this stain right here, sorry. Some of you guys I'm getting, like, interestingly, I was thinking about, like, focusing on emotions, you know, sometimes needing to, I was channeling something about, like, and I was even thinking about this for myself, and again, not that this is about me, but sharing this message, because it could be for somebody, where sometimes you have to remind yourself to not be robotic. You are supposed to allow yourself to feel your emotions. So for some of you, you could be in this energy where you're focusing on your emotions, okay? Or there's something about focusing on yourself, focusing on maybe what you need, okay? This could be you focusing on your emotions in some kind of way, regardless of gender, Gemini, okay? So you could be embodying like a King of Cups energy at this time. It could even be, you know, this week. I am doing it here today for like the last week of May, right? So that could even be something that you are focusing on, and maybe you're even becoming more vulnerable to your emotions or to your emotional needs, okay? That could be the hard work that you're doing, focusing on your emotions, focusing on the cup energy, right? So that could be significant in some way. The Six of Wands is at the top. So I'm getting like being able to succeed, okay, in whatever you're putting focus on, whatever those emotions are. Now, if this doesn't resonate with you, it could even be someone around you that could be, I'm getting like holding back emotions. So someone, if this isn't you, it could be someone putting focus, putting hard work, and it could have something to do with like the cup energy. Maybe the hard work is to not hold back, because I did get that as I'm looking at the King of Cups. You know, the King of Cups can't hold back. Sometimes it's an energy of like showing rather than like really saying, which, you know, actions sometimes are much better than words, but I get it. That could even be something that this person is balancing. Yeah, because I'm getting something about balance, you know. Yes, actions do speak louder than words, but sometimes those words, those comforting, you know, words, those affirming words, you know, those assuring words are necessary. So that could even be something that someone is putting focus into. If this doesn't sound like you, okay. I'm also getting something about reflecting. So yeah. So the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords. Putting in work, okay? Putting in that work, paying attention to detail. Again, I know that's, it's Pentacle, and I know this is like, a suit card here, but I'm getting like, the way I'm seeing this spread as of right now is like being productive, and it could be being productive in terms of like paying attention to detail, maybe even paying attention to detail when it comes to emotions, okay? Yeah, maybe even focusing on grounding in some way, or trying to stay consistent. It's interesting because I have been really, I don't want to say trying my hardest, but I have been decently trying to be productive and even less reactive to certain things, certain people, okay, in my own personal life. So for some of you, I feel like that could be this person, that could be you, okay? Yeah, as I'm looking at that 9 of Pentacles, it's making me think of independence. The 9 of Pentacles is fulfilled, and is, independent. So for some of you, you could be trying to be independent when it comes to finances, because it's Pentacles, but I'm also getting you could be trying to be independent in terms of like your own emotions, right? Not allowing, I feel like part of independence doesn't just have to do with money. It has a lot to do with who you allow in your energy, what you allow in your energy. It's easier said than done, but for some of you, it's like maybe even knowing that you're content. Okay, and this could even be knowing that you're content with what you know, what you do, and not allowing any of outside noise, chaos I'm getting, to bother you, okay? Yeah, because the energy I'm getting off that 9 of Pentacles, it's making me think of like when someone tries to come into your energetic field and tries to kind of bother you, and it's not that you're airheaded, it's not that you're self-centered, but sometimes in order to have that sense of independence and peace, and like content, like this 9 of Pentacles looks, you have to be able to almost create like this scenery, this bubble. I want to say more so scenery. So something about scenery could also be significant. You could be trying to look at environments or an environment you're in a different way. Sometimes you do gotta be slightly, I don't want to say delusional, but you have to almost create this like scenery in your head of like, okay, maybe this room or this office or this house is not as big as I want it to, but I'm content where I am, or I need to be content where I am. So some of you guys may even come off a little bit like la 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 la, like, but it's not delulu. I feel like people who don't get how sometimes you have to assume things. I would say maybe law of assumption, even though I'm not too acknowledging that. I should look into it actually. That could even be a message for me. You sometimes will get called Delulu, you know, by outside people, where so that could even be significant. You may even be around people who may want you to like look at the reality, but like in a negative way, or they dump reality in a very negative way while you're trying to like work with what you can, or work in whatever way you can. So that could even be a message where it's like, yeah, I'm being intrigued by the scenery, so maybe even nature, a bird could be significant. Just being in this energy where you're like, okay, nothing really else matters but me, right, at this moment, at this time. Maybe even if it's just 5-10 minutes out of the day. I am channeling that strongly. Now I do want to get what that 7 of Swords means. Okay. 8 of Wands. And as I'm looking at this other deck right here, I'm gonna cover it. The World card. Sorry, I know. Okay, there you go. The World card. Some of you guys here, I'm getting like this has been a cycle, okay? Yeah, for others of you it's been longer, for others of you it's been slightly shorter, which is why I feel like I said some of you guys. So, you know, some of you guys it might be 50-50. It's been quite a journey, or for some of you guys it's been maybe a shorter journey, although the World card is kind of like a long experience, a long journey. Also 12-12 could be significant as I was looking at the recording time. Some of you guys, it could be like even an idea that you get, or you're already getting ideas, or you're getting messages. I'm getting messages and downloads. That 8 of Wands could even be like spontaneity. You could even be more spontaneous, or you're needing to be. For some of you, I'm getting like you may even resort to different ideas, okay? Yeah. The way I'm seeing it, and you'll know if this resonates for you, so it may not be for all of you Geminis, don't deceive your ideas. Don't deceive, like don't deceive your downloads, because those downloads may be messages, okay? Interesting how I'm seeing it as like you getting downloads, messages. So don't deceive yourself. Now, if that doesn't resonate, I'm also getting for some of you, it could, I should say others of you, it could be where there's somebody who may want to take away from that energy where you're trying to be like in serenity. And it's interesting because I don't really use that word. And yesterday I was watching a video and I heard that person said serenity. So some of you guys, I'm getting very intrigued to the scenery of the person on the 9 of Pentacles. Some of you guys, I feel like you may also need to, maybe law of assumption may be significant, or you're needing to, like assume something, like kind of twist. Now I'm not saying be delulu and like completely look at one thing from one spectrum to the other, but like assume something is a bit maybe better, twist it, maneuver it a little bit. So for some of you, I feel like there could even be someone that's looking at you like that, wanting to take away from that. That could be energetically, maybe even something physically, place it how it resonates. But it could also just be you if it doesn't resonate with it being somebody. But yeah, don't deceive your downloads, okay? Yeah, see? Because I feel like by you doing this, it brings you in balance. Some of you guys are trying to also find balance in whatever this is, okay? It could just be life in general, but finding balance. Some of you guys are really, really trying. Yeah, I'm getting like working hard at balancing, so don't be too hard on yourself. Besides, it's also Gemini season. Like, it's our season. We shouldn't be that hard on ourselves. Yeah. Yeah, and I just got 1555, so 555 could be significant. 1555 could also be significant, but 555 talks about change. And it's interesting because I ran into a post where I saw 555, and it had, they wrote like the keywords were change. I'm getting evolution. So yeah, you may also be learning how to balance. Okay, the infinity symbol might also be very significant. I'm also getting another download. By doing this, you may also learn how to bring money or how to balance money. Sometimes I believe, you have to learn how to balance your emotions, the cup energy, which talks about emotions, before you can even get to a point where you can balance out pentacles, before you even get to the money. Because imagine if you're like not grounded, not stable in your emotions, the money might kind of fall apart. You need to kind of have that energy where you're kind of grounded. Interesting too, the King of Cups learned how to balance, because the King of Cups once knew what it was like to be in turbulent water. If wanted to, the King of Cups in a lower vibrational energy can be like turbulent water, waves of emotion that go up and down. Now, it's not to say emotions don't move up and down. We're human. We're gonna have to allow ourselves to have those days, to have those moments. But I'm getting a lot of you guys might be becoming more grounded. And even, when people think of grounding, they may think of just meditation, being on like a cloud and always being like this person that's like super positive and like fluffy white clouds and unicorns and unicorn farts. But being grounded sometimes just means being less reactive. Some of you guys may also just be letting people be the way that they are. That could be specifically for one of you, some of you, where you're grounding in terms of like not reacting to everything. Because sometimes when you do, it can make you feel ungrounded. And as a Gemini, I understand. Any moment that I can get my point across, and I don't always mean it in a way, to be like annoying or rude, but sometimes I've learned that you have to hold back and maybe express it or have an outlet for it in a different way. Okay. Yeah, and also what I'm getting here with this Page of Wands, I was just talking about ideas. So some of you guys too, I was just talking about spontaneity, spontaneous. So some of you guys may also be wanting to explore different things, different ideas. For some of you, maybe even taking an adventure, being more adventurous, maybe even just being more adventurous with something you do. Could be a hobby, could be something you do day to day, something maybe in your career field, okay? It may even be something you're new at with that Page of Wands. Yeah, you could even be channeling different energy, okay? And it could even be embodying different energy. I know, you know, it's like we went from King of Cups, Page of Wands, but we all can embody different elements, right? Water, fire, earth, and different suits every day. It just depends on the scenario. Like I said, it could also, I'm feeling more so for that Page of Wands, it is you, where you're exploring ideas or you're exploring something new. You may even be like, yeah, I'm getting like you may even be an amateur at something. Okay, not that being an amateur is a bad thing. I feel like us Geminis, we're kind of an amateur at many different things because we like start one thing and then another and then another. And that's not a bad thing. I love that about us. And I mean that in a non-conceited way. But for the King of Cups, I am getting that doesn't resonate with you. It could be somebody, okay? Yeah. And I feel like it brings in balance. And remember, 2, right? Where was that 2? Right here, the 2 of Pentacles. And look at the Justice card. Yeah. It brings in a sense of balance. Libra energy with that Justice card. A Libra could also be significant. Maybe for some of you, you have more air in your chart. Okay, so I'm a Libra moon, so maybe even like, yeah, you know, interesting how I just mentioned my moon sign. You know, as a Libra moon, we need to have balance in some way. Now I am learning how to like have balance in a natural way, not to the point where you feel like you need to control everything. But that could even be significant, learning how to balance, again, like I was saying, your emotions. And you know, I feel like balance is just a big theme here, where it's like, yeah, be productive and do things that make you feel good, but also not being robotic. Because a Justice card, even though it is very like, I'm getting like the word stern and very stable, right? The Justice, both of the scales on here are balanced, or both, one scale is not more up than the other. It also flows, right? Sometimes balance comes with flowing with things, not necessarily being very stern and stagnant all the time. So that could even be something else you're learning, to not be so stern. I know for me, I definitely learned from an early age that stability came with, it's almost like from wanting to control so much, and seeing people do that, it kind of made me, as I'm learning and becoming more spiritual, it's made me learn how sometimes that's actually more stagnant than anything. You know, in order to find that balance, you have to allow things to kind of flow. Of course, put hard work in, and hard work could come in literally energy, actions, not always just the typical like work as in physical. You know, not, it doesn't always have to do with like your hands and movement, and you know, like kind of like when they say blood, sweat, and tears, it doesn't always have to be that way. I also get with that energy, the Page of Cups here, with being in this energy, you may even bring in people, friends, okay? You might also even attract people that are slightly younger and have more of a youthful energy. bringing in friends. Now, for some of you, it may not be for all of you. You could even be bringing in somebody who may want to have like a renewal, maybe start over. This person could be slightly naive, so maybe they have a little bit less knowledge or wisdom. I'm not getting it in a bad way. It could just be someone that maybe just may need to experience a little more, or slightly naive. Now, being naive isn't always a bad thing in certain things. Sometimes you need to be naive in certain situations in order to like gain some experience. But it could be somebody, for those of you, if this is like someone who may want a renewal, it may be somebody that is slightly still naive. Give me more about that Page of Cups. Spirit, give me more about that Page of Cups. Give me one card for that Page of Cups. Give me one card for that Page of Cups. The Knight of Swords. I'm getting some words. So some of you guys may have some words to tell this person. This person may also have something to communicate to you. I am getting it could be you that may have some words for this person, okay? Whether this is a friend, family member, lover. Give me more. Yeah, see, it could be somebody that you've walked away from physically and emotionally, because a person on the Eight of Cups is leaving it emotionally behind, physically behind. I also do get it could even be that energy, that Page of Cups, and it doesn't have to even be a water sign, okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, remember, as I was saying, we all embody different energies, different times for different circumstances. It could also be that this person may have like a message for you, okay? May have something to say, something to communicate. Now, I was mentioning naive energy, so that Page of Cups, you know, isn't the most wise when it comes to emotion. Still a little bit naive to certain things, so it could even be that this person may say something and it comes off a bit naive, because that Knight of Swords is kind of impulsive, takes action before they even think about it. It's like action before thinking. So it could even be that they say something emotionally and it's a bit like, I'm getting like the word apprehensive. I don't really use that word, but yeah, that could be significant. Okay, so give me more for Gemini. What else for Gemini? What else does Gemini need to know about the energy of today? I am focused. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. Getting the word sideways. So some of you guys may be feeling like you're a little bit sideways maybe, or the journey has been sideways to get to the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, and I just realized we had 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you're moving steps by steps. So some of you guys, this has been a journey where you flow. And a lot of times, a spiritual journey, a spiritual path, you know, your guides, your spiritual team, spirit, source, how you want to see it, will have you flow with things. And I was talking about how that 9 of Pentacles gave me the energy of like assuming. And sometimes you have to flow with that energy. You have to flow with things that, it's almost like you have to flow with what you can. So I feel like this has been a journey where you flow. And say, yeah, 8, 9, 10. I feel like you're getting to the 10. Some of you guys, I kept mentioning the 9 of Pentacles. So, okay, I'm getting like an intuitive nudge. It's almost like my intuition corrected me and was like, for most of you, okay, I said some, so, but I keep, yeah, as I said that I wanted to say most of you, you're past that 8, you're at the 9 of Pentacles where you're, learning how to flow. I keep saying the word flow, but seriously, that's what I'm getting. Like maybe even a flowy clothing, flowy dress could be significant. Flowing with what you have, flowing with the elements. So this could be like, again, like I was saying, assuming, flowing with what you can, what you have around you. And you're getting to that 10 of Pentacles because, you know, thinking about, I'm getting another download as I'm saying that. When you think of the 9 of Pentacles, you know, and I read cards as I'm feeling, you know, as how I'm feeling it for the specific spread, because that's part of reading and channeling. Not always the typical meaning, but if we're talking about the typical meaning of the 9 of Pentacles, it talks about being content. It talks about being in an energy where you're flowing with self. You're flowing with what you have around you. You're learning how to be content with self. Not much can bother the 9 of Pentacles energy. Because it's not just about being content in the Pentacles. I think when a lot of people think of being content, they think about just the money and, you know, the finances, which, don't get me wrong, it does bring a sense of comfort, being able to be stable and have the funds. But it also, in order for you to have that, you also have to be, you know, flowing with what you can, energetically, emotionally. I don't always just think of stability and just Pentacles when I look at the 9 of Pentacles person on here. You have to be content before you get to the 10. So for some of you, I am getting here like you're either like assuming, for some of you, you're assuming, you're flowing, all and or both, okay, before you get to the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, give me one card more for the 10 of Pentacles spirit for Gemini. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles again. We had the 2 of Pentacles earlier. Where was it? Okay, the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. A bird could be significant. I got intrigued to the bird again. Now, I know this looks like 2 different birds, but birds could also just be very significant. Okay. Yeah. Learning how to balance. Now, look at the scenery, too, on this one. It almost looks a bit chaotic. I'm being intrigued to, like, this. This looks a little bit chaotic. And this has more, like, green, grass. And when you think of, like, earth, it's grounding, right? Even the element of earth. So maybe even like Capricorn, Taurus season could have been significant for you. We did just pass those seasons. Could be very significant for you. I'm also getting like learning how to balance in a different environment, or you're gonna be able to balance, balance in a different environment. It could even be learning how to balance in an environment where there's, even when you get to a 10 of Pentacles energy, you have to know how to balance, and you have to continue balancing little things here and there. The balancing doesn't stop, so that could even be significant for some of you. Yeah, and again, the infinity symbol could be very significant. Okay. I'm also, okay, I'll channel it. Spirit's like, wait. The Three of Cups, right? Two of Pentacles, even though it's not the same element, I'm getting also too, with balancing, you can also give yourself a sense of, you're gonna make room for, comforts. This is comforts, right? This is energy of like celebration, going out, and that could be what the comforts are. When you find balance, you're able to go out. You have balance in one thing. Okay, I can balance it out by, okay, well, today I'll go and buy myself this, or I'll go to the store and treat myself that. And I was just thinking about that myself before I did this reading, about how it's okay to allow yourself to kind of indulge. So it could even be by being in this energy right here, because I got intrigued before I get the last cards, the oracle cards. I was being intrigued to this Three Cups, okay? Being able to enjoy the pleasures, right? And that could be like going out for drinks, some wine, whatever that may be. Okay, so before I close out this reading, because I seriously have been doing some long readings. I used to think 20 to 25 was long, but here I am like at almost 40 minutes in. Give me a message for Gemini. Firecracker, excitement. Yeah, you make room for excitement. Three of Cups gives me the energy of excitement. Maybe even July, 4th of July could be significant, okay? Give me more for Gemini. Give me more. Okay, I'm getting just one more and that's it. Okay. Give me one message for Gemini. Says something going out of your life or the end of a situation. Yeah. We have the World card that I showed you guys earlier. I believe I didn't put it out, but I showed you guys where I was covering like the imagery on the World card. It's like you could even be, I was being intrigued to one of these oracle cards. It was like a picture. It said dealings with a man and it had like brunette hair. So that could even be significant where people in general are leaving, or you're leaving things behind. You're ending things. You're detaching from things. It's the end of a situation, and it could be the ending of like where where there's no excitement, there's no balance. And when you have balance, you do make room for excitement. Again, I keep going back to the flowing and balancing. That's a big theme in this reading. So some of you guys, yeah, you had the Eight of Cups earlier, so you definitely could be leaving things behind in general. Casket, that's heavy energy. It talks about when someone passes, but it's just like, it's giving me the energy of just like letting things go, letting things end, right? endings of situations. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys got some kind of clarity and or guidance. I know this is a lengthy read, but I didn't say this in my, I think I haven't said it since like my second read from last week, but yeah, happy Gemini season, as it still is Gemini season. I hope you guys have a good birthday if you're watching this on your birthday, and just a good Gemini season in general. Happy Gemini season in general. So yeah. So yeah. Bye, Gemini.